Hey, this is Chris, keeping it real. How you doing today? So 2 weeks ago, on March 6th, I started really truly tracking the number of coronavirus cases in North Carolina and in my county, which is Granville County, North Carolina. So 2 weeks ago, we had, on Monday, April 6th, we had just over 2,000 cases, and now, as of today, we have about 6,500 cases. Which means, and this, these videos are really just for archival purposes. I don't know that anybody will listen to them really, and it really doesn't matter. I want a record for myself. As of today, there's about 6,500 cases, so roughly a 3 times increase in the number of cases. So 2 weeks ago, we had 2,000 cases. We've added, on average, 2,000 cases a week since then. If we triple again in another 3 weeks, we will have 18,000 total cases. So what's that? 18 minus 12. 18 minus 6 is 12. That's 6,000, an average of 6,000 more cases each of the next 2 weeks. Which, if we take the rule of 10%, which is that only 10% of people are getting tested right now, because the only people getting tested are the ones going to the hospital. And not even all of those are home. So, figure 10%. So, we got approximately 60,000 people in North Carolina sick right now. And then we will have 180,000 people sick in 2 weeks. If that triples again in the following 2 weeks, in other words, a month from now, that would be the grand total of 540,000 people in the state who, and this is important to delineate, right, have or have had the virus. And that is the one, to me, the silver lining of this, is that each week that goes by, there's another certain percentage of people who either don't get symptoms and are fine. And I really don't know if someone who is totally asymptomatic throughout the duration of the virus really can infect somebody else. I suppose it's possible, but I really do think that the chance of infection has a lot to do with the amount that you're exposed to. From what I understand, listening to John Campbell on the internet, I mean, I'm not a doctor, so I don't know, but looking at when he did a couple really excellent videos on fever and why you shouldn't treat it when you have an infection unless things really get out of hand. You get exposed to a certain amount of virus, and that triggers an infection. But there must have to be some certain level of virus in your body to trigger an immune response. That's what I think. And it kind of makes sense to me. I mean, from a common sense point of view, it makes sense. But then at that point, your body responds, and it either gets, like I said before, you either get sick or you get well, or you get dead or you get well. I'm not being cavalier about it; it's just the facts. But it seems to me that if you're like a healthcare worker and you're treating people, and your hospital hasn't given you the proper protective equipment, and you're bombarded with this virus 8 hours a day. I mean, there's a huge difference between an incidental, I'm coming into someone's air that they breathed out, I might pick up a couple droplets with the virus in it, and just being in an environment where the virus is just there all the time, and you're getting inundated with droplets and all this other kind of stuff. I mean, to me, there does reach a point at which you get, in other words, the virus at that point is not depending on its ability to replicate in order to infect you. There's such an initial high dose of it that you just get infected, and it just skyrockets out of control. That's why we're seeing, I don't know how many healthcare workers are dying, but I'm thinking that it's a lot higher than the general population. But that's just my supposition. I don't really know. But anyway, the silver lining is there are a certain amount of people who have had the virus or who have it right now. If they're not symptomatic, then as soon as that 5 day, let's just say it's 10 days, 5 days for incubation and 5 days of no symptoms. There's people in that category. Then they're done, right? They're good. They can go do what they want to do, because so far the bar is, you get exposed to the virus, you actually catch the virus. 5 days later, it actually manifests some symptoms, and then you're sick for a week, but after the symptoms, like for example, after your fever goes away, in 4 more days, then you're not communicable. So let's just say 2 weeks, which is about right? So 2 weeks from now, a fair number of the 60,000 people, not backed up by any actual testing, but we know that that's the way it is, that a fair amount of people are going to be done with this disease. And that is good news, because the more people who get it and get over it, the better it is for everybody else. It's not good for the people who get sick and die, which is why we're doing these shelter-in-place orders. But statistically speaking, and I hate to extrapolate out, but if we're talking about 500,000 people, 500,000 cases in a month, then quite a number of those are going to be through that cycle. And so that, to me, that's the more people that get it and get over it, the faster we can get back to, I hate to say normal, but to a place where we can go back to work, and we can do the things that we have normally done. We might have to continue to be vigilant. We might have to continue to, as much as possible, do the 6-foot rule. I think the 6-foot rule is probably here to stay. And I hope it's not masks, because I hope they're not. But I think that people, people have become aware, because the 6-foot rule doesn't just work for coronavirus; it works for any virus. And so it's like, well, okay, maybe we need to be, maybe all these health, nursing home providers will start getting serious about their sanitation. And I'm not saying my mother-in-law was in a facility. It wasn't a nursing home, but it was the next step down from that. People can still somewhat function on their own. But there's a lot of course, when someone's demented, I don't know how much you can do to make them understand to keep distance, but you can make them keep distance, or you can do. Somebody will figure out. I hope somebody will figure out something to enable us to have somewhat close contact without unduly risking the lives of other people through viral infections of any sort. So it's like a good news, bad news video, right? The numbers continue to go up, but as the numbers go up, remember that the more the numbers go up, the the quicker they can go up without overwhelming the medical system, the better off we're going to be. And I think that restrictions don't need to be quite as strict as they are now. I think they could be loosened up a little bit, especially in terms of letting small businesses reopen. I really do. There needs to be some kind of compromise. Simply because the current plan does not have at its aim to not have anybody get the virus. If the goal was to say we don't want anybody to get the virus, then and you have to stay home, absolutely. I was okay, fine. If it's that serious, I'll deal with it. But that's not the goal. The goal is to keep too many people from getting sick at one time. And so we've already accepted, as a state, as a nation, as human beings, really, that people are going to die. We just don't want them dying too quickly. We don't want them overwhelming the hospitals, especially so that other people who get sick from something unrelated, can't get health care. We need to keep room for that. So that's where we're at on Sunday, 16, April 19th, 2020. That's where we stand. All right, have any questions or comments? Leave them in the section below. Like and subscribe. We appreciate what you do. I'll keep doing these. With some, I think the analysis is important. We need to think about not what we're doing. We need to think about why we're doing it. What is the goal? What is the purpose of what we're doing? Of why we're doing what we're doing? And so far, I've not heard, other than flattening the curve, I've not heard a good summation of why we're doing what we're doing and how that intersects with the health, the economic,